Hi guys, this is KuKy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I spent $100 on renovating my rental apartment's bathroom. If you have subscribed to my channel, you have seen my living room transformation already, which I'm going to link below, as well as my apartment tour when I just moved into my current rental apartment. And today I'm going to show you how I spent $100 on renovating my tiny and really ugly bathroom. This bathroom was so horrible when I just moved in that it was on my top priority list to get it done. In case you've forgotten what it looked like, I'm going to make a very quick recap of what my bathroom looked like when I just moved in. Let us zoom into the floor plan. You walk through the front door, take a right, and the tiny bathroom is to your left. Walk through the bathroom doors and you will be confronted with this sight. Regardless from which angle you're trying to judge this bathroom, it is a complete failure. Just start with the sink. The sink is right underneath the window, meaning there's no mirror in the whole bathroom. How will you get ready in the morning? Next, it is very dim in the bathroom. And last but not least, how are you supposed to take a shower if it's all slippery and the whole bathroom floor ends up being wet when you take a shower? Seriously, what was the landlord thinking? Isn't it just so ugly, right? Especially the mold on the walls and everything. Ugh. It is one of the ugliest bathrooms I've seen in a very, very long time. Luckily, I don't see these sort of bathrooms very often. But at the same time, I got a very good deal with the rent, so I'm willing to spend $100 and see what I can make out of it. In the first step, what I had to tackle were the moldy walls. As you have seen, there are a lot of black tiny dots. Right here, so many black dots. At the core, the problem of this bathroom is that it has no ventilation system, so the only way to get all the moisture out of the bathroom is by opening the window. And obviously, while you're taking a shower, you're not likely to have the windows open, so without a waterproof paint, this is bound to happen. Normally you would use tiles in the bathroom, but I guess the landlord wanted to save, and he used whatever paint he could find without paying much attention to it being waterproof. Before I started to paint, I thought about which feel I wanted to have in the bathroom, and I found a very nice shower curtain in different green tones, so I decided that my bathroom should be green. I was thinking either blue, maritime, or green plants and leaves. In my case, since I found this wonderful shower curtain that I fell in love with right away, you're going to see it later, I decided on going for green. Consequently, I went for green paint, and since I thought that a plain green wall was much too boring for me, I decided to paint some shapes on top of the wall. Let's see how I did that. Before starting to paint the walls, make sure that you first use a mold remover spray to get rid of all the black dots that we just saw before. After that, I got my brush and some green paint and I started having fun. After having used 2 coats of paint and making sure that the walls are completely dry, I started to use some painter's tape to put the shapes onto the wall. It might take a while, but it's lots of fun, and remember, you can put on any shapes that you would like to have. Next, I used some dark green paint to go over the areas that I just used painter's tape on. I decided to make 3 layers of this dark green paint just so the color comes out nicely. Once the dark green paint has completely dried, you can take off the painter's tape bit by bit. Make sure to take it off carefully so it doesn't rip off the paint. Don't worry, I won't make you watch how I take off the whole painter's tape, so let us quickly go to the end result and see what it looks like. Not bad, right? It's coming together, and what I like the most about it is how cheap it is to make and how anyone can just do it even if it's the first time that you're working with paint on the walls. And look at the result. Doesn't it look much nicer than a plain green wall? What do you think? Do you like my new green wall? I love it, and I love the process of putting all these shapes onto the wall. It was a lot of fun. The next area was the shower area. As I told you before, the biggest problem in this bathroom is that there's no separation between where you shower and the rest of the bathroom. Look, this is what I'm talking about. To the right is the shower area, and as you can see, if you take a shower, the whole bathroom floor will be completely wet. And if you don't get to clean the whole floor and make it completely dry before you go out of the bathroom, you'll be carrying all the water to the different adjacent rooms, which can definitely be a pain for cleaning. So what I decided to do is to make it very visible where one area is cut off and where the other area begins, and also to use shower mats so that I don't slip while taking a shower. In a first step, I decided to close off the tiles at the very bottom because I've seen loads of insects that can crawl out of these little tiny gaps, and I'm not keen on seeing them in my bathroom. Next, because I'm scared of slippery floors, which is often the case in bathrooms, I decided to get these plastic pads that are very user-friendly The whole process of putting them together reminded me of a puzzle. First, you align all individual pads together and make sure they are firm in place. Then you can use a pencil to outline where you need the pieces to be cut. And finally, you get to use your scissors to cut out the individual pieces based on your desired size. You can go into as much detail as you wish. You can either just cut along the four sides, or as in my case, I have this pipe in one of the corners, so I wanted it to go alongside the pipe and made it a bit more roundish towards one of the corners. There we go. Once you've all cut it out, you can put it in place and ta-da! Your perfect bath mat is ready to be used. One last thing, I encourage you to cut out the little drain hole so that water can move down more easily. And here we go, a perfectly split bathroom and shower room area. It cost me near to nothing. It was very easily made and extremely user-friendly. I can highly recommend it. Going forward, no more slippery adventures while taking a shower. Yay! Another very disturbing factor of the shower area is the shower head. I don't know if you've noticed on the previous picture, but the shower head is maybe that long, so much too short, and it's put at an angle that you can't really use all the water that comes out of it because it's just much too narrow. So that you nearly had to lean towards the wall in order to make use of the water coming out of the shower head. A very weird construction. I don't know what the landlord was thinking when he got this particular shower head, but it doesn't work out for the space whatsoever. Here you can see a quick picture of what it looked like before. Quite a disaster taking a shower with the shower head being so short. I decided to change the shower head into one of those big ones. I didn't regret it. It's a completely different experience taking a shower after having swapped it. Also, it was very easy to change. I did it by myself, so now let's see how I did that. These are all the parts I received in the package. It might look a bit overwhelming, but if you go through the instructions, it can actually easily be done, even if it's the first time you're working on such a project. Trust me. First, you have to take off your old shower, and before you do that, don't forget to turn off the water for your whole place. Otherwise, as soon as you take it off, there will be a huge outflow of water that will be very hard to contain. Once you have taken it off, it is now time to put on the new shower. It looks so nice and shiny. Already this first step made me realize that I definitely made the right decision in changing it. Make sure to screw it tightly, otherwise the water will be coming out from all unexpected corners. Next, attach the main tube through which the water will be going. That is very easily done. Make sure to use a handkerchief or a little sponge when securing it, otherwise you will have a lot of spots on it and it won't look very nice. So definitely make sure to do that. I had to get rid of this little part on the wall because the height of the previous shower head and this shower head were different. I always use an eyeliner to mark the position on the wall. Then I use the drill to drill the actual hole. If this is your first time that you drill on tiles, make sure that you're using the right drill bit. That will make your life a lot easier when trying to make a nice hole. Choose a long enough screw so everything can be held tightly. Now it is time to secure the structure onto the wall. Once you have done that and secured the tube in place, it is now time for the last bits and pieces to bring the shower to life. Honestly, I expected it to be much harder, but this was the first time that I mounted this shower. I had no idea how to do it. I kept looking at the instruction sheet. Overall, I have to say it was extremely user-friendly and there's no need to outsource this work to someone else and pay some horrendous fee for it. Here's the end result. As you can see, the shower head sticks out much more than the previous one, making it the perfect choice for this rather small space. I am completely in love with that new shower head. I'm telling you, when I take a shower now, it's as if it was raining. It's a completely different experience from what I had to do before, as in leaning towards the wall. I'm so glad I changed it. Now to the next step. I had to change the light. Originally, I only had a light bulb in a little socket. Although the room is very small, it was very dim and it just looked horrible. Just imagine having a light bulb in every room. Who would do that? Exactly. Can you imagine this in every single room that you're living in? Just so sad. So this definitely had to go. I started by taking off the light bulb and disassembling the original light socket since it was of no more use. As you can see, there's also some mold underneath it, so that was something I had to take care of as well. Then I continued by drilling a few holes so that I could secure my new ceiling lamp. I know some people will wonder, you're drilling so many holes, what is your landlord going to say? What I would like to say in that regard, more often than not, the more rundown your apartment is, the more receptive your landlord will be to you making changes to it. That's just my own experience, and before signing a lease, I told the landlord what I was planning to do so there would be no surprises. Make sure before playing around with the electricity to turn off all electricity for your home, then follow the instructions for the lamp you bought. Make sure to connect all same colored cables together. Normally they are red, black, blue. If unsure, you can always use an electric pen to test positive and negative ends, and once everything is connected, you are all set. What do you think about the result? I quite like it. It's much better than the light bulb I had before. And here a follow-up picture what the lamp looks like when it's turned on. Now that we put light into this tiny bathroom, the last step in my renovation process was to make sure I have enough storage space. As you might have noticed, there was no storage space whatsoever in the original setup. There was no space to put in the toilet paper, no space for cosmetics. I'm not sure how whoever lived there before was able to live there for so long, but for me it just didn't work out. That's why I decided to go crazy on all sorts of storage compartments that I could get my hands on. I got 2 to place on the floor and lean against the wall, and also a lot of things that I could mount onto the wall. Let's see how I did that. Seriously, can you believe this? It looks to me like the landlord wanted to be really cheap and save a lot of money by making one of these towel racks out of a piece of wire. Well, after getting rid of his masterpiece, I decided to get a much better version of his. Here we go, it's very easily mounted, just 2 screws and 2 holes into the door, and there it is. It doesn't cost much and it makes the bathroom instantly look much better, I think. In another corner of the bathroom you could see exactly the same constellation. Very weird. Also an additional piece of wood that he put underneath it, not sure why. But well, I got rid of it. And I went on to install another little shelf to put in shampoo and other little things that I happen to need while taking a shower. And yes, I'm also aware there are a lot of options to mount exactly the same things using glue. But personally, I think the things that I mounted will be used forever in exactly that position. It's not like when I move out, I will take them off. And I didn't really want to wait that long for the glue to dry. So I decided to drill holes instead since I already had a drill. Let me show you what both corners look like now after having mounted a couple of storage options. On one side, you can see a corner storage where you can put in your shampoo as well as a towel rack. And on the other side, I mounted a larger piece right on top of the loo where I can put all sorts of little things like nail varnish, creams, and who knows what. Personally, I think that the glued versions of all these storage racks are a great option if you don't have a drill. But since I already had it, I thought I might as well just use it and make a few holes into the wall. Here you can see me mount a storage thing right on top of the sink. I quite like having a couple of things right in front of me when I brush my teeth or wash my hands. The storage space right on the sink was definitely not enough. It was barely enough to put on your toothbrush and toothpaste and some soap, but nothing beyond that. And here a quick picture of what my sink looks like with the new storage space on top of it. As you can see, a lot of new one space to put on all sorts of things that you might need while brushing your teeth or standing in front of the sink. Also, the other thing I would like to mention is the mirror. Since there's a huge window right on top of the sink, the only option for me to have a mirror is to stick the mirror onto the window, which is what I did. It worked out quite well, I'm happy with it, and it's much better than not having a mirror at all. Next, I got 2 pieces of larger furniture for storage. I was thinking toilet paper, shampoo, and other supplies you have in stock for the bathroom, so they definitely need a bit of a larger shelf or storage thing to be put in. Let me show you what it looked like disassembled. So I went for this bamboo option because I thought it worked very nicely with my green bathroom. Also, this bamboo has a special coating on it, so there won't be any mold growing on top of it. Very easy to assemble. It actually only consists of a couple of pieces that you put together with a couple of screws, and you can have it standing in less than 5 minutes. What I like about this piece is that it has a laundry bag at the bottom and a top shelf to put on all sorts of little things that you might have. Also, there are 2 bars where you can hang towels or a shirt or anything you might need to hang in the bathroom. After having assembled this first piece of furniture, you can just lean it against the wall. There's no need to drill any holes. It's incredibly user-friendly for rental apartments. Now let's go on to the second piece of furniture. It's in the same style as the previous one. This one consists of 3 storage bags that are stacked on top of each other, and there's a surface area where you can also put on some different things. Both of these storage things don't require any additional tools. This little tool that I'm using was actually delivered together with the furniture, so if you have no tools whatsoever, you'll be fine and can assemble these 2 pieces of furniture as well. I think these 2 storage options look very nice. They fit perfectly into my bathroom and into the green concept that I tried to have. Also, the fabric is waterproof so that you can easily clean it without having to be too careful with it. Ta-da! Here we go. The second piece of furniture for my bathroom is ready. Let me show you a quick picture of it. Don't worry, the fabric only looks a bit wrinkled at the beginning, but as you put things inside and there's some weight in it, it straightens out pretty fast. Before I can show you what the bathroom looks like right now, let me give you a quick recap of what the bathroom looked like before I started making changes to it. So ugly, right? I still can't believe that someone was living here like this for years. And now let me show you what my bathroom looks like now. To the left, you can see that storage thing that we just assembled with the laundry bag. Then we have the loo with the storage rack on top of it. Next, we have the sink with the mirror I attached to the window. Also the additional storage space on top of the sink. And to the right of it, you have the shower area. If you look at the room from the other angle, you will have that other storage rack right next to the entrance, and again the shower area. I'm still completely in love with that green pattern on my shower curtains. Here you have another detailed view of the shower area, so you can see how I split it off from the rest of the bathroom, so that whenever I take a shower, the water actually stays on one side of the bathroom. Also, take a look at my new shower head that I'm very proud of. Isn't it awesome? Ta-da! That is the end of my bathroom renovation. Did you like it? I hope you liked the end result. I'm very happy with it, especially because I only spent $100 on it. So it wasn't a huge investment, and I think the difference between the before pictures and what I have right now are huge, so I'm very glad I did it. If you liked this video, consider watching one of my previous videos in which I renovated my living room, for instance. And if you would like to get a notification when I post a new video of the rest of my apartment, remember to subscribe below. Do let me know in the comment section below which part of my bathroom renovation you liked the most. And if you've already done a bathroom